Good morning. I am Kushal Singh me- from Mechanical Engineering Department, RCRT Jaipur. The today topic is multiplate clutch in theory of machine, fourth semester mechanical engineering. What is clutch? First of all, we know that clutch is what? As in previous video or previous lecture, I have discussed or explain about the clutch, as I have discussed the about the single plate clutch. Now again we will discuss about a clutch. A clutch is a machine member used to connect the driving shaft to a driven shaft so that the driven shaft may be started or stopped at will without stopping the driving shaft. Now the functions of the clutch. The clutch is used to transmit power from driven shaft to driving shaft in automobiles where vehicles can be stopped for a while or to change the gear. The requirement is that the driven shaft should stop but the engine should run naturally under the no load condition. This is achieved by using clutch mounted between engine shaft and gearbox shaft and which is operated by a lever. Now we will study about the clutch of multiplate type. Multiplate clutch is used when large torque is to be transmitted, that is motor cars and machine tools. Multiplate clutch is used when compact construction is required, for example, scooters and motorcycles. A multiplate clutch is explained by the figure. As we can show in the figure, there are two shafts on the left side, the driving shaft, and the right side of the driven shaft, and feather key which is used to grip the hub of the clutch to the shaft, and disc inside disc to support or pressure on the clutch plate, and spring to adjust the pressure on clutch plate, and outside disc. This is the construction of multiplate clutch. This the figure shows about the ring, clutch drum, seal, and clutch package, and friction disc pressure plates. Different types of multiplate clutch are shown in this figure. Now multiplate clutch cut section body is shown, and easily understand about the multiplate clutch by seeing this figure. That is input shaft, output shaft, drive pinion head, lifting plate, and working piston, roller bearing for lifting pistons, roller bearing for working pistons, and outer clutch plate, inner clutch plate, etc. And a line diagram of the clutch plates, multiplate clutch is shown. For the clutch disengagement, the end plate is withdrawn to compress the springs and release the other plates. In this arrangement, it is difficult to ensure the disengagement of all plates. To overcome this problem, the plates are fitted with small springs to push the plate apart. Generally, weight type clutch is used in automatic gearboxes and is operated by a piston governed by hydraulic pressure. Weight type clutches are usually used in late motorcycles. The several advantages of the single plate clutch, especially its ability to completely disengage the drive. However, a multiplate type of clutch finds a use in automatic gearboxes. In case of new clutch, in the multiplate clutch conditions, the intensity of pressure is uniform along the surface of the clutch. Here, uniform pressure theory is used. But in case of old clutch, uniform wear theory is more correct. It means when the multiplate clutch is old, the wear of the clutch plates are according to the uniform wear theory, that is more correct to the uniform pressure theory at the time of new clutch. In actual practice, usually the theory of uniform wear is used in analysis of clutch. In multiplate clutch, this clutch small n1, where n1 is equals to number of discs on driving shaft and n2 is the number of discs on driven shaft. So number of pairs in contact will be n is equals to n1 plus n2 minus 1. I really understand about the multiplate clutch. The figure is shown in the following diagram is more appropriate to understand the multiplate clutch, as there in this diagram there are two shafts are shown which are engaged or disengaged by the application of multiplate clutch to transmit power from one shaft to another shaft. It means to inner shaft to the input shaft to the output shaft, and a flywheel which is connect to the engine shaft or input shaft to reduce or minimize the fluctuation of speed or stored kinetic energy for a certain time. And there are number of clutch plates and pressure plates are used to generate high quantity of torque in a compact area, and thrust springs are used because while the clutch pedal is removed, the spring just release stored kinetic energy, and the clutch will come in engaged condition. So the transmission of power is continuous or regularly transfer from input shaft to output shaft. Thank you.